Hello there, future tubers, and welcome back. Let's play Deuteros, the drone grinding game? I don't know. With me, BlueAnkylo. In between episodes, we let a bit of game time go by, maybe 3 cycles, give or take, of attacks by the methanoids. We did this to build up a bigger drone stockpile, and if you add it together, which is always the most difficult thing to do on stream, we do have over 1,000 drones. And I cheated, and I double-checked how many methanoid bases are in the Centauri system. There should be 8, although there are more than 8 planets and moons total. But 8, even with losing about 100 drones per fight, in this theory, we've got 1,000. Plus, we are constructing them constantly, so we will be getting more. Now, it's probably 8 combats, plus getting attacked in response once or twice. So 10 combats, maybe, for 8 bases and 2 attacks, would get us 1,000 dead drones. Plus, we're making them at a pretty good rate. We make about... on a good day, we make about... we turned off everything else. So, like, we used to be building other things, like the bigger drones and the little drones, sort of in parallel a little bit. But if we're only building drones, we're currently making about 100 every 150 days. So, a 3 to 2 ratio, 3 days per 2 drones. And if we get attacked every 120 days on average, that's about 40 drones per wave. And, well, as we get more bases, it'll speed up a little bit. So there's that. Okay, let's get to it. We have warlords ready to go, because we're going to need a warlord, and we've got the Star Lord, not a warlord. Alright. You're leading the pack. You've got full fuel. Off to Centauri you go. It's also much quicker to travel between systems now. Because of our space upgrade, our ship engine upgrade, it's just a lot less game travel. The first one took like 100 or 200 days. After that, it just takes a few days. We will assumedly be building bases in Centauri as well later. For now, the goal is just to conquer everything and take over the system. Because basically the rule is every time you conquer a system, we'll leave Earth, Mr. Pinchy, back on Earth. Every time you conquer a system, you should. What am I trying to say? Every time you conquer a system, you should get 1 new tech, or at least at first for a while. Usually 1 event per system. Now, before I forget, I want to stop balancing... I want to stop load balancing the drones. I'm just going to send them all to Earth. Earth is going to be our primary hub. Even though this place is a good backup, this one can send everything to Earth. And then from here... Earth sends it to wherever we need it. Earth has everything. Stop sending star drones. Because we're going to send them somewhere else. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Basically, we don't need star drones there anymore. Also, hey there, Saul. I woke up before my stream started. Being sick really threw my sleep schedule off, even worse than it used to be. So, like, yesterday I fell asleep around 6 p.m. or so, and slept till about 1 a.m. Or somewhere around there. Something like that. So I don't like this game. It's not a very good game. I didn't say I hated it. I just said it's not a very good game. Off into Lightspeed! Boom! I should have had the main monitor on. You've heard a lot of people like it for some reason. Brain damage. I'm sorry. I'm being insensitive. It's not terrible for the time it came out. You know, 1991, the quality of competition was not that high. What other games came out? Oof, wow. If you played a lot of Amiga games, this is probably not that far off of other Amiga games, is all I'm trying to say. If you like it nowadays, it's just nostalgia. I mean, nostalgia is not exactly brain damage, I know. But it's like, why do you like a thing that's not objectively very good? Well, your brain's weird. Alright, so we launched our attack right after the last wave. On 691 was the last time we were attacked, so it shouldn't take too long, or we should have some time before the next wave. Millennium 2.2 was simpler, the combat was worse, but yeah, I kind of like the style of it a little more. Plus, I have some nostalgia for Millennium 2.2. I don't have nostalgia for this game. Oh no, we're under attack! Oh, also, these are just going to be like 50-50s, because now the aliens have the same drone power as we do in the third system. So, if we lose, we just lose all these ships. There's nowhere to go. We can't fly back anywhere else. So I sure hope we win this fight. Looks like we're fine. 1 down. 7 to go. The cat Tankilo is tanking around the house. We left him some plastic grocery bags. He's charging through them at light speed. He's truly the ninjaest of cats. Alright, we lost half our super drones. Oh well. Capture base. Nobody else is under attack. Cat, if you unplug my computer, I'll kill you. You're being warned. He's so fierce over there. I think he thinks I'm talking to him when I'm talking to you guys. So he's hunting around while I'm encouraging him. Oh, no, he flopped dead on the ground. He's tired out. Alright. Welcome to Centauri. So, power this up. Get the basic resources trading. We're gonna want... I'm gonna start with the meh fuel right away. Okay. And you need to get out of there. And we need to get the Marines in as quickly as possible, because we need to get cheaper drones to defend this station. They usually do a counterattack fairly quickly after you conquer a new base in a new system. Also, look at the resources! Yay! I needed, like, aluminum. They didn't give me any aluminum. Okay, so, first things first. Earth. We need to get to Centauri now. All the stuff. Like, literally all the stuff. But first wave will be Toolpod, IOC, DFCC, and then the drones. And I want you to start at the top. And every tick, one will send. Meanwhile, your job is to get a warlord ready to go. Okay, we'll go with the max size warlord group. Yeah. Store him away. Every time you transfer between systems, the pilot turns into a warlord. So it's kind of nice to farm them up a little bit. Right now, we need one per system, so. Alright. It's going to take a little while. But, you know, the resources are coming in. Toolpod, defense. Okay, that's all we really need to get started. Just trying to get this out as fast as possible. We should be fine, but I've had these guys attack like just a few days after we took over a new base, and your damaged fleet from your star galleons are not ready to deal with another attack right away after they've lost half. Alright, and we're going to call this guy the RNG Manip. Probably not all caps, though. A little bit of OCD. It looks a little better. Alright. Out you go. Drones are here. So we've got 866 spare drones. And technically, we'll get some more for that one in a second. Back to Earth. Transfer big drones. Now I want to send stuff that we'll need later. I just want to queue it up so I don't have to find it later. We'll need R-frames. And for now, I'm going to go back up to the rare materials. Go down from there, because I think if we check here, its local balancing thing will be starting at the top, working its way down. Although there's not a lot of aluminum to go around right now. Okay. So, we're doing fine. We've got 7 bases to go. Can we win them? Let's find out. Also, should we be leaving people here to defend? It's kind of expensive to defend with this one. Maybe I should build a second ship to defend? You know, that's not all that crazy. 2 I don't know how to pronounce any of these ones. Cyclops. We do have more warlords here, right? Does anyone else have a 40 size warlord? Of course, they're both down a single soldier. Well, it's fine. You missed the anvil 1v1. Oh, just the space, the bad space combat where you just point at the enemy and hold the gun down. The awful, it's probably a typo. The awful 1v1 nonsense. Yeah. I assume Deuteros was trying to fix the awful 3D combat by adding more tactical stuff, but they made things so much more complicated, you know. All right, defense force. Also, extra supply of drones. This guy will probably get trashed once we're done, but defense force. Okay. To Cyclops. Alright, now, the save scumming begins! Because I do not accept any losses. You think the Millennium 2.2 fighters look like anvils? I mean, they're only like 3 polygons, so as good of a polygon as you can draw. As good as that spaceship as you can draw with 3 polygons. Maybe 4, technically. One for each side that faces you. Alright. 100 drones. 102. 2 bases. Dock. Capture. Leave. What we'll do as we go through this, probably the fastest way to capture the entire system. This one, power. For now, just transfer. As we go through, what we're going to be doing is just taking from Chiron. As we go, we're just going to send forward, 1 jump at a time, iOS drone. That's all. Just send the 1, let them restock, and then move on. This is probably the quickest way we can do it. To Circe. To Chimera. Alright. Looks like we're halfway done. To Cerberus. Under attack? Hold on. Save's coming. Now, we haven't actually lost a 200 versus 200 yet. But one of these days, we're going to lose a 200 versus 200, and you're going to be real salty. I'm going to be real salty. I don't know about you guys. You guys are going to laugh. Tim's going to tell me to save scum. Someone's going to unsubscribe. Now, the cat Ankylo has crashed in front of the fan with his belly up in the air, enjoying the cool breeze, because 5 seconds of running around the house like a ninja has overheated the cat, and now he's tired out and hot. Another 101 drones gone. Panic, panic, panic! Alright. Another base captured. Okay, this base, same as the last base, for now, because I'm likely to lose them if I don't keep track. I'm not really defending them, I'm just sending things away. So anything they produce gets sent to the base we are defending. Back at Seacrops, all additional drones, unused drones, are sent forward. And everything else continues to get sent back to Chiron. This is pretty efficient in terms of game time. It's going to cost us a lot of drones. That's a pretty good emote there, Scotchmeal. Alright, so we just did Chimera. Or no, where are we? Cerberus. Good old RNG manip. Alright, now we got 4 more moons of Cerberus. Kronos. Empty. Chloe. Empty. Calcus. Not empty, not empty, not empty. I'm not gonna save scum it. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose! The one time I didn't save it. Oh. I have to save it every time. I have to save it every time. Well, technically, this is what you would do if you were not a save scumming cheater. So, clearly, you can have 2 waves of attack. I know. But, you just lose so many more drones this way. So, like, that was 100 drones. Where did all the other drones go? Oh, right, they're at Cerberus. Right, because I was going to send them forward. Just don't click next. Luckily, it's not like Millennium 2.2. There's no, like, real-time strategy. Like, one of the problems with Millennium 2.2, the biggest problem with the drone defense, the fighter defense, was that you had to click a little button quickly because it was all on the same timer, and that, I mean, that was not very cool. So this time, playing it fairly without saves coming, we lost 63 plus 100, basically. So, 160 drones compared to the typical 100. That's pretty expensive. Technically, this is the only real-time event. Well, for now. Alright, that's 4 bases done. We're halfway. We've burned through a lot of our drones. Alright. So we've got 330 spares, but, you know, technically 400. We've got 4 more bases to take out. I don't know about this. Come on, guys. By the power of save scum, I compel you to not lose all your drones. Because if you weren't save scumming, probably 1,000 drones would not have been enough. You should have built up like 2,000 drones, which would have just taken another year of waiting around building up reserves. And that's basically what this game comes down to, is how long you want to grind out reserve resources before you actually progress the game. This is going to be a fairly heavy loss as well. But not as bad as last base. There's sort of a hump. Once you get, like, maybe around double the power of the enemy, it seems to go really quickly. The first, like, 50% of their power is the hardest part to get through. Alright. Send from Calcus. I should do the other way around. From Cadmus, hook up the resource output. And at Calcus, temporarily send just the one thing forward. Like so. And then everything else goes back up. Alright. We're still pretty much on par for what we need to do. So we're currently at Cadmus, defending Cadmus. Cabbage. 1 planet and 2 moons remain. How many bases will there be? Do we know? We shall see. I refuse not to put saves down now. I can't risk losing like 200 drones per fight and running out. You know, we're pretty close to having enough pretty much for sure at this point. And it looks like maybe 80 or 90% of the time we win the first engagement and lose around 100 drones. But sometimes, I don't know what the exact odds are, you just lose the first few drones and you're just going to lose hundreds, an extra 100 or something, an extra 50 to 100. You know, that was fine. We only lost, 89. That's not so bad. For now, the goal will be to lose even less for next system. Alright, Creon. Connect up with the main base. Cadmus. Send your drones on up, my friends. This remaining drones. Many drones were lost in Blue's aggression. I'm surprised that our main base hasn't been attacked yet, actually. I was pretty confident that Chiron would be attacked before we made it through this whole thing. But hey, can't complain, right? Alright, we've got at most 2 bases left. Maybe I don't save it. I didn't save it, so... Last time I didn't save it, it went real bad. This is gonna be, like, over 100. We're still winning, but I think we'll be down to, like, 92 by the time we win. Between 90 and 95. Just based on how it started. I'm pretty good at this game at predicting. So it was an expensive battle. But I wouldn't save scum stuff like that. I only save scum the ones that are like, instead of losing 20 extra drones, you lose like 100 extra drones. Because that's where it gets really wasteful. Okay. Sybil, connect up with Chiron. Creon. They all have C names, it's weird. Connect up with Sybil for a second while we undock. This is our last full reload. But we only need one more full reload, in theory. Because we had enough drones. There's only 1 base left. There can only be 1 base left. Cupid, you're going down. I didn't save it again. Don't you dare. We had a good first volley, so we should be fine. It's close. This is another, like, 90 or even less. Maybe we'll have, like, 85 survive, because it's been real close. This might be the closest one yet. I'm still betting around 90. Actually, we turned it around in the second half, but... We survived with less losses than last time, but it could have gone a lot worse. Alright. Get these guys out of my star system. Alright. After all that hard work, Cupid, connect up. Kind of drone war race war? It's a dot race war, yeah. We're the good guys, the good green dots. The red dots are the bad guys. Definitely. Well, we don't have enough drones to refuel or recharge again. How many have been constructed during the course of our adventure? No, not 33. There should have been some drones constructed back on Earth during all that, but I guess we went pretty quick. Yeah, there's the 29 on Earth. So, all in all, I had 200-ish to spare. Plus, you know, I had Star-Lord, but I didn't want to use the expensive drones if I could help it. So when I said build up 1,000 drones, if I hadn't reloaded it once or twice, I think 1,000 drones was still not really enough to be safe to conquer this whole system. You probably want like 1,500 drones. Well, we also, I mean, we could definitely count the 200 here and the 200 here. If we were willing to use the drones in the other star systems, that would have been plus 400 and we would have been pretty safe. But then we'd have no drones here and we'd have to be very careful about the counterattacks. Anyway, we're pretty much good. I need to see where they attack next. I would like you to send your drones. Special bulletin, head of research, another transmission. Greetings, friend. We have blah, 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 blah from our scanners. Go to Chiron. Thanks. Interrupted my work. This is some decisive battle. Which Final Fantasy is this one? Final Fantasy X, right? Final Fantasy X has all the weird takes on the old music. Alright, so we're down 42 drones here. Which... we just need to know where we're going to get attacked. If it's Chiron or Cupid. Because Cupid would be likely, because it's the furthest away. But it could be Chiron. Let me just put a save down and find out. I'm gonna, like, not do anything because I want to reload from there. I just want to know where we're getting attacked. Because, yeah, okay. It makes sense. Okay. So you are no longer needed. This guy was never needed because, technically, Chiron was never attacked, which is really weird. I don't think I've ever taken out an entire system before the first base got attacked. So, clever. Alright, from Chiron, we need to send enough drones to hold the line. And, you know, we're gonna need more because this is just wave 1. Okay, while we work on defending our holdings, we do have some moons to colonize. There are 2 moons here that aren't colonized, so that's 2. And I think 2 more here. 1, 2. So there's 4 new bases to build up eventually. But first, more importantly, we gotta get these derricks up. When you only lose 1 drone? Maybe eventually. But let's get these derricks going. before we start talking about building new bases, this will be fine. It'll take a little while, but it's fairly easy work. Just get our resources upgraded, because that's usually our limiting factor for drone production. In fact, pretty much always, is just how many resources are coming in, not how many bases we've got. Alright, so now you can start sending shuttles forward. Derrick and shuttles and toolpod. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go back to trading with Earth. Someone's going to need to be building more Derricks, probably, because we're going to run out. Some of these use, you know, 3, 7, that's 10, 18, 26, 23, 28. So we need 34 Derricks to fully gear up our current bases. So, you know, build some more. Deuteros is the best game from 1991 on the Amiga that I've ever played. I think. I'm not 100% sure, because the Dark Knights of Krynn might have come out in 1991. And that game's better. But if I haven't played any other games that came out in 1991 on the Amiga, then it's the best of those. It's the best one of one. Oh, I need to send fuel here, that's right. Give me some meh. Get me some meh over here. We haven't got enough meh in the chat. Just blanking, that's all here. This is gonna be a little bit of a repetitive, you know, get everything derricked up here for a little bit. I see the alarm, don't worry. All of the things I'm doing take 0 time right now. Alright. I'm gonna write down the time here. Oh, no. We knew this one would be coming. I don't have the spare drones, though, to lose this fight. We have to win this battle. Not nyeh, meh. Meh is much more dismissive. Nyeh kind of has some room for yeah and nah. I was master nyeh-er back on high school. Looks like we win the drone battle, another 100 dead drones. Lemmings came out? I didn't really ever play Lemmings. But was it on, was it on the Amiga, or was it on something else? 286 or something. Well, that was a lot of dead drones. We've got enough to cover it, but not much. Okay, that was... Let me just figure out Earth date. I'm just going to keep track of this stuff for now. New system. Attack on Earth date 3109-784. And I just want to see what the time is between attacks. It was on Amiga? Alright, well I didn't know. So many games came out on the Amiga. How are you supposed to know? Alright, where was I? Sea Crops was almost completed. Dock. Unload. And then we'll just go to the next one. There's people in the alleyway making a lot of noise outside. Should tell them to get to work. Alright, here. Next planet, please, sir. I didn't, like, forget to... Yeah, I did. Yeah, I see what's happened here. This is fine. Wait, no. This is not fine. I skipped a planet. Yeah, I just skipped a planet. Don't worry about it. I thought I was already done moving the shuttles over, but no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we turn them off. Send everything back to Chiron. Cerberus builds the shuttle. It's the same shuttle. We just keep, you know, putting it down. Just be omniscient. Meh. Uh-oh, wait a second. Okay, that's enough for here. We are going to need some more derricks pretty soon, though. I do like Kuja's theme. There's a really nice remix of this one with a bit of a bass line to it. I forget what it's actually called, but you know, I always forget that we do need fuel. Give me some meh. Also, the meh is right here, you know. I keep right-clicking when I should just click the little shuttle. When's the FF9 Let's Play? I don't know, maybe one of these days. I really like playing things in order. And, you know, FF7 and 8 come before 9. And I'm just, like, FF7, you know, it's kind of contentious right now what version I should play. No, not again! What? This is not good. 803. That was 19 days, guys. Well, there's see, I have played all of the FF7, 8, and 9 multiple times. It's not like I've never played them myself. I just, you know, for Let's Play. What I might do is... There are some mods for FF7 that are potentially worth looking at, and that might put a little bit of a spin on just the same old game. Maybe. Okay, well... Hopefully there's more than 19 days before the next attack, because we are not prepared. I really need that research to come through. There should be a new research after clearing this system, and it's just not hitting. Never watched while eating dinner. Yeah, this is a weird time for me to be streaming. Not hard mode. Not hard mode. Oof. So we're gonna need some drones at Uranus. And... we do not have enough drones, is what I'm seeing here. There it is. Alright, I'm just trying to keep it in my head what I'm doing, because it's getting a little complicated here. It's 30 more drones to Uranus. We don't have quite enough, but it's fine. Necromod? No, I don't want... Yeah, no, I don't want to completely change the game. What I just want is some small tweaks. I forget the name of it. Someone recommended a... It's like a rebalance, redesign kind of thing. More like the kind of mods I typically play on the channel. Doesn't ruin things. Maybe a bit like Brave New World for FF6, where it's the same basic game, but with some adjustments. Okay, we're at a drone deficit. We are now short 9 drones. We have in stocks -9 drones. Boy, back when I said I made enough drones, as of now, while we have conquered Centauri, we're in the deficit spending. We went from over 1,000 spare drones to -9. Oh no. Also, there's a lot of Xenogears music playing in the background for songs people might not recognize as often. That's going to be the next RPG Let's Play. I've started it already, so it has to be the next one I actually get back to. And it is PlayStation, which means if I start breaking into more PlayStation RPGs, FF7 might be on the table once I get through Xenogears. I just got to be in the mood, and I haven't been doing a lot of actual Let's Play recording. I've just been streaming lately. Xenonauts was like 5,000 hours. Yeah, I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, everyone. I did not intend to just do one stream and then reinstall everything and lose all my stuff on my computer. It really ticked me off. Yeah, Xenogears is great. It's just very complicated. Xenogears is the kind of game you need to be prepared for, because there's a lot of things to talk about, and if you're just playing it like I'm playing this game, you will miss everything. And what makes it good is those details that you have to listen to. So I have to play it differently than, you know, stream game. Or at least I have to be in a really good focus. Chatting with chat might not be the best thing to do for Xenogears. I don't know. Maybe. To be honest, one of the big reasons I put so much Xenogears music... Yes! One of the reasons I put so much Xenogears music in the playlist for these streams is to keep reminding myself, Blue, listen to the music. You should probably be playing the game this music comes from. Anyway, Eureka! I've been working on a little something for the last few months, and finally reached the design stage. The controls will fit into a cockpit at the same fashion as the ACC, while the hardware must be attached to the DFCC. I'm so clever! He doesn't tell you what it is at all. You should be hyped, though, because maybe we're about to start losing less drones. I should start researching that. Is that even enough? That is not enough derricks. Okay. So Calcus is going to need more stuff. They're also going to need a little bit of fuel. Hold on. Most important, get this thing researched. The Prejudice Torpedo Launcher. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, what I wanted to do was go tick and then turn that off. And then take the fuel before it disappears. Now we need more derricks before I bother going down. Are there any derricks sitting here? Also, Chiron's got some drones. We have 12 derricks in Chiron. This guy's been pumping these out so fast. You watched a full Xenogears playthrough a while ago from a guy known as Kratos Orion. Or Oron? That's cool. I mean, I'm sure there are people who've Let's Played Xenogears. It's not the tiniest of series, but... No. That one. Boom. Alright. Keep on trading. Okay, so we just sent over more derricks, which is good. Keep on building. Bart's your favorite? Yeah, Bart's awesome. Mine is, of course, Citan. Or Satan. I like Citan a lot more than Satan if you get into a pronunciation war. For reasons... I can't really speak about it without spoiling the game. And I know not a lot of people are listening right now, but I'm really trying not to spoil the important stuff from Xenogears until we get there. And Citan is unfortunately kind of off limits, therefore, because he's very important. Citan... See, I think Citan appeals to a certain type of person. And I think a lot of the people who like Xenogears are of a certain age now that Titan is just perfect. What am I doing giving this guy fuel? Get out of here. No fuel for you. Don't worry, we'll be done putting shuttles in these bases soon enough. I woke up 8 hours ago, Dobry. Why would I be tired? I started streaming right after I woke up. It's crazy. It's because I'm not on my normal sleep schedule. And to be honest, my streaming sleep schedule the last couple of weeks was not my normal sleep schedule. So, no one should be surprised that I'm awake at 9:30 in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pump, pump, pump it up. Also, I have a giant bottle of caffeine Pepsi right beside me, so I'm never sleeping. Also, I just spent the last, like, 5 days sleeping because I was sick, so it's fine. The RNG manip is meant to be taken apart. Pumped up on caffeine and blueberry muffins. Blue plays old games until he goes crazy. Using the ether? Yep. Actually, ether's real-life property might be useful right now for my whole stomach flu. Well, it's not a flu. I don't think this is a proper flu. This is like... I don't even know what to call it exactly. I haven't had, like, a stomach illness in so long, other than food poisoning or things like norovirus, which are gone in, like, a day or two. This is just, it's a weird one. I'm just not familiar with this kind of illness. I don't know what to call it. Alright, Cadmus needs 8. Has 8. Just getting those resources amped up. It hasn't happened yet? What did I say a few minutes ago that hasn't happened yet? Tummy rumbles. Yeah, hey there, fella. We're probably streaming at a much better time for you today. Keep waking up at 5:30. I basically never wake up that early if I'm on my normal routine. Being sick, though, throws everything off. Also, it's quarantine time. What is work hours when it's quarantine, right? Nobody wakes up and goes to work on normal times when you're working from home and never going out in public ever. Research. By the way, before you forget, the Prejudice torpedo launcher has been researched. Oh, you have to teach? Just teach them about the history of video games. They should just watch the stream. The history of video games. This was a game released in 1991. It was bad. So bad. Let's talk about how bad it was. What would you do to make this game better? That's some science. That's some education. Alright, first things first. Uranus is gonna build me some PTL. And then Chiron is also gonna build me a PTL. And then Cupid can't. So we're gonna need an extra one for them. Probably over in Proc. And we're learning like star science. How would you make it better? Bring back the 1v1 duels. Polygon versus Polygon. Okay, the Sharp Axe is in the Barrent, but Atlantic is close enough. Build a torpedo launcher. Everyone needs a torpedo launcher now. I mean, what did you expect? So Chiron is going to build 2, technically. It's most important that it gets on these guys, though. Okay. While we're building our torpedo launchers, let's continue getting these derricks derricking. What is a derrick, anyway? Well, it's also called a rig over here. Very good game design. Rigs, derricks, whatever. Don't agree on a name. Just change it on every screen. No one will notice. Shuttle bay, destroy. Alright. Next. The Cadmus goes to the Creon, but the Creon needs 8 more derricks to get maximum income. So, we will send over the shuttles, but we're out of derricks. We got all the... What am I doing here? I looked at chat and now I'm lost. Helium fuel is a little bit more rare than the methane fuel, so you might want to be a little careful about using it all, but it's probably not that bad, not big of a deal. It's right before the giant fish attacks. Is it Tidus or is it Tidus? What do you guys go? Tidus or Tidus? Or Tidus? Alright, defense, defense. Defense. Defense, but not enough drones. We should fix that. The save scum. Gotta get that save scum powered up. So check for spare drones. We need like 8. We need 9. Easy math. There we go. Earth has got enough. We'll send them to Uranus very quickly via the power of matter transportation. Boom. I was trying to get derricks over to the new star system as well. We'll get there. Alright. All the drones. Tidus. It's like Tigrex versus Tigrex, right? Long live Tigrex. Pretty sure there's some animated shorts about that, actually. Right, so I was trying to get all my mining... Oh, look, we've got tons of drones. We're building drones so fast. We've got 8 more derricks. Perfect. The next place to build the derricks or put them down is on Creon. You know, it's not going to take that long. It's just, you know, it's a lot of micromanagement. I wouldn't really say min-maxing, but there's just a lot of back and forth. Alright, shuttle. I guess the real question is, do we need to keep building bases? Or is our income enough that we should just be destroying bases and, you know, progressing the game more now? That is the perennial question. Obviously, we're going to need a lot of drones before the next assault, but how many drones do we need? Last time we built 1,000 and used every single one of them. I would prefer not to have to build another 1,000. But it also takes a long time to just build all your bases. These derrick bases, like, these are bases that are already set up, and we're just moving derricks down. This is as quick as it gets. And it's still been the last, like, half an hour. Not that it's, you know, I'm not complaining, but there's 4 more of these that we could build from scratch and would take a bit longer. And then there's the next star system, which, you know, will have more. So, how many do we want to build, is the question. I forgot to equip them. I dropped them off down there. I just didn't turn them on. It's fine. Usually I turn them on when I'm down there. Okay, we need 7 and 3. So we need 10 more derricks. And we're definitely out. So it's a good thing we're building some. Probably should have built more ahead of time so we were... Like, you know, if you were really resource-starved, you'd want to have those derricks ready to go immediately. And, you know, get yourself that tasty aluminum treat. As it is, we can just relax for a little bit. Kind of want to show off the torpedo launcher anyway. When's the next time we get attacked? So we had an attack on 784, and then an attack on 803. I didn't want to get an attack every 19 days, but even from 803, we're almost at the 120 mark, which was the old average. So, assumedly around 920, we'll see another attack. Maybe the 784 one was just a retaliation, and then 803 was the regularly scheduled attack. That would make some sense. So, we should see one more if it's on the same pattern as last time. Any old day now. Any second. I've never seen it go for more than 140 days without an attack in the last, like, year. We're over 140 days, guys. The enemy is scared. They have flown the coop. The methanoids know we've got the bomb. Really, this is great. You know how many drones we're building right now? We're building all the drones. Look at the resources. They're almost always building. All the ones I set up to build drones are almost constantly building. And if we check our resources, we actually have tons of iron and titanium now. We're almost entirely aluminum constrained. So if we want to build more bases, the only thing that really matters right now is going after our shortest mineral, which is aluminum. Aluminium, for those of you in Europe. You guys should go to bed pretty soon, though. Seriously, though. There we go. So, 982. That was 189 days. That's the longest gap we've seen in so long. Not mad about that. Now, Barent is under attack. That is in Proxima, and we are defended here. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to put a save scum here, and I'm going to show you what happens. So, I got this cool button. We can click it. Things blow up. I can click it again. more things blow up. But that didn't really work because we still lost 100 drones. Right? So, it costs 100 fuel per activation. And as far as I can tell, and this is where it gets real tricky, this is timing. This actually is timing. So I'm going to put a save here so it's a little bit faster to test out. If you fire it, it blows up a little ring in the middle. You want it to hit red dots and not green dots. My strategy has been to click the button as soon as they meet up in the middle and start to move apart. So I'm going to try it this time. Meets up, starts moving. I lost 20, they lost 60. Meets up in the middle, moves apart. I lost a bit, they lost more. In the end, I lost 52 drones, they lost 200. We used to lose about 100 per battle. I still lost some, but the fuel is almost free. That's no big deal. There might not be any fuel here, per se, but overall, 50 drones are much more expensive than 200 fuel. It's not even close. Look at how much fuel we've got. So that's your introduction to the torpedo. I don't really know how to use it very well, but I have seen best case scenario. You hit it with you fire the torpedo, you lose like 5 or 10 drones, maybe even less, but say 10 or under drones, and the enemy loses like 100. I have seen a 10 to 1, you know, you lose 10, they lose 100. But I don't know how to really do it, so, you know, we just wing things. We need to send some drones to the Atlantic. Please. Where are our drones anyway? Have they all ended up in Centauri? Oh, yeah. If we ever get a really good stockpile of drones, I might just balance them all out between the top level, like the hub for each system, just so it's kind of easier to pick them up. But you know, we don't have a ton of spare drones right now. Probably 240 spare drones, and we need to be defending over by Barent anyway. All right, so torpedo launcher, 1 success. Do we have enough derricks to continue? Because we really need aluminum right now. And he's got aluminum. And he's got aluminum. So I really do want to get these upgraded. Like, that's pretty important based on what we're actually low on. And we've already sent... Wait, what happened here? I must have forgot to click that button. Or I hit clear at some point. Usually I've set that up correctly. Ah, here they are. Send your stuff to the next base. And then normally send it back to the hub. And then from the next base, you'll need the derricks. Okay, and then Chiron, because you hit 15, you probably stop building your derricks, but I want more. Because we definitely need a lot of them. Like, it's 8 per system, or 8 per planet base, right? So, you know, you need a fair number. Hey, look, some FF1 music. The best FF. We're talking all these FF7, FF9, FF10. Those are all good games. But have you played FF1? Garland approves. Yeah. Actually, he doesn't approve. He's a little bit salty about you defeating him and then throwing him back in time and then defeating him again. He's probably not a fan. If you nosy Light Wars had just left him alone, he would have kidnapped that princess. Why did he kidnap the princess? I don't know. Alright. Factory online. One more factory. One, two, three, four. Cupid. You watched a randomized playthrough. I have done a few randomized playthroughs. I am likely to do some more. Maybe after I'm done with this game even. Like, not today, per se, but... I like to throw in FF1 randos just to mix things up. Back to FF7. If you are watching this in the future, tubers, it's unlikely but possible some of this music gets flagged. Even though it generally shouldn't be. I'm not playing the OC remix stuff for this current stream. So if things get flagged, I tend to just mute them. And maybe you don't hear my voice for the duration of the song. That's probably just YouTube being dumb. I don't have a lot of good options other than that. Try to remove the music. Yeah, Garland was supposed to be a knight of Corneria. There's a couple people in the castle that know who he is. And then he ran off, kidnapped the princess, and did something. And then you kill him, and the fiends teleport him, transport him back in time. It doesn't, you know, the story doesn't hold up all that well. Alright, we've got too many shuttles and tool pods right now. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, so we've got all of our 8 bases in the Centauri system working. We could build 4 more bases. And we probably should. You know, don't be lazy, right? Aluminum, which is one of my shortages at Cersei. No aluminum. More aluminum at Kronos. So, at the very least, we should colonize... We don't really actually leave people there, but we should probably build up the aluminum bases. And then, like, do we need titanium? Probably. Those are all good resources. And do we need iron and titanium? You know, probably. Those are the other shortages. Like, even if we really buff up our... if we look at our averages here. Even if we buff up our aluminum income a lot, it just means that eventually we have a different shortage. Right now, it looks like we have a lot more iron and titanium than aluminum. So, yeah, we probably just need a lot of aluminum right now. If you have a decent level, you can beat him at level 1 with a white mage. What are you talking about? I did it. You just need one white mage at level 1, and you can defeat the best knight in the strongest knight in Castle Corneria with one level 1 white mage. Easy. It takes more than 3 turns, though. It might take 100 turns, but you'll definitely win. I think a level 1 black mage can also do it pretty easily. Fairly reliably. Not easy, but mostly reliably. He's pretty likely to go down to 2 fires, I think. Alright, back to colony building. With me, BlueAnkylo. I mean, we need something to do to keep us entertained while we stock up our drone supply. A thief with a lot of levels. Yeah, a level 20 thief can take him out on his own, sure. Maybe level 50 thief just to be safe. Alright, let's go start building up at Cersei. We got the engineers. We're gonna need orbital frames. We've got the first set of goodies. And Mr. Pinchy's just hanging around. Does anyone remember... We need to go back a bit further. One of the planets in Centauri has a an item to grab, but I don't remember what they told us. It started with a C, but do you guys remember what the aliens told us? Did the FF1 warrior have his Dawn of Soul skin as an alternate skin? I don't know anything about Dissidia. If you're asking Dissidia questions, you're asking the wrong channel. Alright, orbital frames. We're gonna need 8 of them per base. We're gonna save that grapple for later. Cheese? I don't know. You're always asking questions with a bit of a delay. I don't know what that question is. Cheese, please? I mean, I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, so no thanks. Alright. Building. Focus, Blue. I get, a little bit distracted with chat. And then suddenly, like, 10 minutes and we've done nothing. Something with AC. I lost you, Luke. I lost you. I said it. I lost you, Luke. Just because I said it doesn't mean I remember it. I did tell you guys I'm sick, right? Cheese starts with a C. Oh, okay, see, I forgot. That's the problem when you answer a question from like 30 to 60 seconds later. A planet that starts with the C, yeah. Yeah, I remember now. Now that you guys explained it all nicely. Squatchymeal knew what I was confused by. Yeah, I don't know. The alien said go to planet something, starts with a C. And then you said cheese, but there's no cheese planet, so you lost me. I had no idea what you're talking about, cheese. Looks like we're back to Xenogears. Alright. Starter kit. You just trolling me? Yeah, see, that's... When the streamers doesn't play along or even get it, trolls just barely even work. Ineffective. Alright, we should be able to build the MTX. We're gonna start building the next base. We're just gonna go all out. Just construct these. Just construct it, man. Bob the Builder. We only needed 2 of those, actually. No, never mind. We need 4. We need 6. We need 8. We need a number between 1 and 10. We have not colonized Chimera yet. It's all good, Luke. I didn't even realize I was being trolled. I was just confused. Look at how much everything except aluminum we have. Man, this is some well-stocked base. We spent so long just building drones, we've actually stockpiled pretty well here. You know what that probably means is we should upgrade our drone construction capacity a little bit. You know, while we're doing all this work, and it's good work, don't get me wrong. We should probably turn on more factories. Alright, let's go back to Earth. We've got 10 factories going. Do you think we can afford all of them? We might have enough resource income now, as we finish up our third system, to power... Okay, I'm just clicking all over the place. To power 16 orbital factories. But, like, obviously it'll work for a little while. It just depends on if our aluminum income can keep up with our extra expensive aluminum now. Stupid aliens, yeah. Don't worry about Squatch Meal. It's not that hard to fly by everyone, use the grapple, and fly to the next place. I should probably do that before we leave the system, though. Okay, building. Let's get the ground income up. At least it's something to do. It's a bit repetitive. It's kind of like grinding in Final Fantasy, you know? You know what you're doing. You're just grinding up those resources. It's going to make later on easier. Maybe you could beat the game right now, but you don't know for sure, so we'll just build a couple more bases, get a couple more level ups on that thief. This game is pretty old school hard. It's kind of got that NES hard, except Amiga hard. It's got that early 90s hard. Should be able to build the operations computer, and that's it. Another base will be fully online, fully operational, even if all it does is give us aluminum. Alright, next base. We're just going to do a long episode. We're going to build 3 more bases. It really shouldn't take too long as I don't mess around and read chat for half an hour and get confused by the cheese. You know, that's 3/4 of a base built, just like that. We're going to want to pick up our engineers in a bit. Well, let me check the time. It is 089 Earth time. So I wasn't paying attention, but that was 127 days, which is pretty close to average. 189 was a nice long break, but 127 is much closer to typical. Meanwhile, Cupid is under attack. This is sure to get copyright strike. Anything with singing. Alright. Now, I'm still going to keep save scumming these torpedoes because I just don't understand them. But I will honestly try to give them a good shot. But you can destroy your entire fleet. Is that worth it? I want to show off the 10-to-1 hit. This is like pretty close to average. So, for optimum save scumming, save right before the engagement. See, they lost like 80. I lost like 15 there. That was much better. And you can use another torpedo, of course, but... I mean, I don't know. I guess as long as we're going from 100 losses to around 50, but still, that took me all the way down to 135. Like, that's not... That's still not much better than just fighting it out. I need to kill more than 50 drones. That was the one. We lost 5 drones and killed like over 100. We still lost a surprising number. Really, they put up an awfully good fight for having nothing left. But that was the best torpedo I've seen, right there. 100 kills-ish, you only lose 5 or 10. But are the torpedoes just random? Or is there a timing mechanic that I'm not totally aware of? I don't really understand. Anyway, that's the mission done. Chiron should have the drones, right? Oh, yeah. So every time we do that, we just fly back to Chiron. Pick them up. Meanwhile, we focus on the base, because we should have a bit of time. That's the one we're waiting on. We're also waiting on that to finish. Okay, this time we need 2 orbital frames. This is a really long song for a game that would make a lot more sense if you could see what was going on screen. Try shooting faster? Okay, I'll show you what happens. There's a reason why I wasn't doing that. We'll send more Derricks over. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll bring some. No. Never mind. Okay, finish building the base. Yeah, the next time we get attacked, I'll show you what happens if you fire the torpedo right at the beginning. Sadly, it's not the most successful. Docked above Cersei. I forgot to disassemble it. Luckily, I remembered before I launched my big ship. We're gonna need some fuel for this thing soon enough. Actually, no. 251's full. Never mind. Alright, the Star Bus needs to get its butt over to Chimera. And then you start dropping off some goods. It's kind of, you know, sometimes we are just playing a clicker game, you know? There's not a whole lot really going on other than building yet another base. I'm glad that, you know, our drones got upgraded by Warlord status, and, you know, now that we've got torpedoes, combat might be a little bit better if you know what you're doing. MTX is going. Alright, this one will pick up another batch of O-frames. This guy will pick up another batch of resources. Waiting for that defense force to get more drones. At least if we only get attacked every 120 days, if we lose 50 drones, that will definitely give us a better net overall drone income. And like the fuel doesn't really cost enough to matter, I don't think. Because we don't use the fuel for any construction. It's just spent on flying. And sure, it's 100 fuel, which is on a drone carrier times 10. So 1,000 fuel per torpedo. But that's got to be cheaper than 50 drones, if that's what it saves us. It's not good. Day 105. 16 days. So we had 19 days, 189 days, 127 days, and then 16 days. The RNG, it's pretty bad. Oh, right. So, you want me to fire it right at the beginning, right? Maybe try shooting faster so it hits when all the red dots are at the center. All right, let's see. Fire now. Nothing. I'm pretty sure everything's invincible until they've engaged. It doesn't actually work until they've split off. Right? Does that make sense? That still does 0 damage, and it was right in the middle of everything. So there must be, like, some sort of mechanic. I don't know. I guess I didn't really explain it because I don't really understand it. 20 for 100? I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Not 100, but 20 for, like, 80. As long as I win the fight... Nah, see, I still... The problem is, like, I want to learn what you're supposed to do. Like, that was terrible. We lost as much as they did. I really am starting to think it's kind of just random. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some timing. Maybe if that Dave guy was still here, David Hicks, the guy that knows everything about this game. I mean, I just don't understand really how you're supposed to target these. $50 for 100, and then like right in the middle there. I'm just testing out different timings in my head, basically. The most successful one is what I got right there. And it typically is firing right after they start moving away from each other. But it's not consistent, and that's what's driving me crazy. Sometimes I can get the 10 for 100 kill. I don't know if it's just random. It might just be, you know, you got a 10% chance of getting the good outcome, and then like a 20% chance of getting an average outcome, and a 40% chance of getting a bad outcome. I mean, I don't know. But sometimes, and I don't know if it's really repeatable, you get a really good result. And it's cheap. But basically, if we're going to get attacked every 16 days, you never figured it out. Use it to end fights. I feel like the end of the fights, you lose less of your drones. So the earlier you kill off their power, the less you take overall. Like, starting with 100 dead enemy drones is way better than killing the last 100. Because your combat at 200 versus 200, the first 100 kills are when that's when you lose most of yours as well. And finishing them off, that's nice, but you just saved yourself like 10 drones. But if you can kill 100 of them right away, then you've saved like 70 or 80 drones. It doesn't seem totally random. I know your drones move in a very set pattern. They move in, and they move out, they spiral, and they spiral back in, and they spiral back out. But the trick is, I don't really know the area of the effect for the circle. There's a little animation, but the actual death zone, I'm not sure. I haven't quite seen the exact, like, it's everything in this circle dies. And if that's it, it is just a matter of getting the timing really right on. But, well, the manual might say that. Yeah, I don't know. Things that you read online about this, you know. Who knows who wrote that? Anyway, that was fine, right? That's no big deal. We've got enough drones on Earth. Let's just send those over to Uranus, right? Yeah. At least we can transfer stuff instantly. Okay. Are you frigging for real, man? It came in and left at exactly the same time. So it... The odds of those happen... That's twice now that's happened. It shouldn't happen, like... It's like a 1 in 20 chance or something. Friggin' game. Alright, there you go. Alright. Hopefully we get more than 16 days, because every time this happens, I completely forget what I was working on. We were building the MTX over here. Oh yeah, and then Cersei did that and was going to stop sharing resources for now. We'll, actually, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn off. And then we can forget about Cersei for now. Just sending all the resources into the main loop. Imagine that you fire a torpedo and even your own drones just stop. Well, just wait till we get to the end game. Want to know when you should launch according to some online guide. If they lose 90, you lose 15, that's pretty good. My best is about losing 5 and them losing over 100, but yeah, sure. You can tell me the spoiler for that. Nobody's gonna care about that. Right, so you're trading with Earth. Start here, please. We need to make that shuttle. While we get resources built up, we will build the ground base. Right in the middle. See, that's what I've been doing, essentially, is as soon as they connect and start leaving is approximately when I click the button. Or at least that's the idea. It just doesn't always seem to work. Like, if the timing is that, it's very tight. I mean, I am playing it on high speed, so I have less... If the margin for error is, like, normally a second, playing it, like, 3 or 4 times speed, we have, like, a fraction of a second where you can actually click the button in time to do it. So it's possible that's my own fault, just for playing super fast. But I don't really know. It's kind of weird that this game would have, like, a quick time event kind of thing in the middle of a strategy game, but hey, it's 1991. Alright, we need 4 more derricks. Maybe I'm a lion? Maybe I'm a lion. Maybe you're a lion. Maybe you're lying. Maybe Twitch is lying to me right now. Alright. What's going on? Starbus, waiting for the engineers to get off. Waiting for... Well, let's just finish this. We'll build the next base after we're done. We just deleted a derrick. We had 4, we received 12, and then we combined them and we got 15. There's some funny math for you. The Devil Spawn game that invented QuickTime events? That'd be great. Blame Ian Bird. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that developed the game. David, is Ian Bird like your father or something? Your grandfather? Is that why you love this game? I forgot to equip the rigs, but it's fine. I probably just dumped a bunch of rigs on the ground down there. Yeah, they're gone forever. I'm not going back for it. Alright. Get out of there. All of that for a bit of iron and titanium. I don't know if it was worth it. Alright. Next base. Just gotta stay on track here. Gotta keep this episode under 2 hours. You can do it, Blue. 2 more bases. It really just comes down to how often we get attacked. I could do this in 5 or 10 minutes if we just stop getting attacked. I know I'm asking a lot. I think next system, I'm gonna bring 2 tool pod ships, and then we can build basically enough to build 8 frames at once, and we can just build a factory in one go rather than this nonsense. These 2. Kronos and Chloe. Because, like, this one ship carries enough minerals to build what we need. If anyone can do it, I can. I don't know. Blue passes out from the pain. Never plays again. You know what other game I was looking at a little bit during my illness downtime? Just watching some Let's Plays and stuff. You know, every now and then people request a or Heroes of Might and Magic. You know, being that Might and Magic is kind of a, you know, a fan favorite on the channel, I do get requests for Heroes of Might and Magic every so often. Now, I wasn't thinking of playing Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm very mad at what happened to that series. Ever since 4 or 5, things have been downhill. Yes, I should probably look at 6 and 7 one day, but they killed me with 5. But there's another game that's a little bit more indie called Eodor. Specifically, the first Eodor, Eodor Genesis. And I have played it a long time ago, and I sort of forgot about it. But there's a mod for it called New Horizons. And it adds a lot of stuff. And I was thinking maybe giving that a try. Now, Eodor is another super long, super hard game. So here I am talking about another 500-hour stream. But, you know, maybe. Maybe that'll just be a once-a-week kind of stream. Also, good job, Cryptic. Hopefully some of the cool tubers will have a look at your drawings. Yeah, okay, just catch up with the stream, Dirigible. It'll make perfect sense. Just give me a second to finish my sentence. Can't land yet. What are we? We're building derricks. Perfect. We're just building a bunch of derricks. There's a person that lives in my co-op. He's a cool dude. His name's Derek. He actually lives right underneath my unit. So, every time I say Derek, I'm a little bit worried he's going to hear me come knocking on my door. Why do you keep calling my name? I mean, he probably would never do that. Alright. Launch. Set. I don't even need to set course. So, what are we looking at for time? 165? It's been 60 days since the last attack. We should have enough to finish the last 2 bases, but you never know. Yeah, the delay gets to you, for sure. Sometimes just watching the stream for 8 hours, just the internet just adds a bit of delay itself. It's not really anyone's fault. But if you just refresh your stream on a break, like if I go on break or something and you don't want to listen to everything, maybe the song sucks. It's a pretty good time to refresh your stream, and it'll sync you up closer to the streamer. That's my expert advice. Now, we haven't had a break in a while, so you can only get so far with that. But we will get a break soon. Perhaps an end of the stream? I don't know. We'll see. Unfortunately, I don't think we get any more power upgrades anytime soon. David would probably know. When do we get the bomb upgrade? Is it... It's not the next system. It's like 2 or 3 systems from now. Which would be very nice to stop my torpedo whining. But I'm pretty sure 3 systems is the torpedo, and then it's probably like 5 or 6 for the bomb. I mean, I'd love to have that bomb. It would make the defense so much easier right now. I could just ignore torpedoes entirely. Alright. One more base to build. At least this one we're building right now, this guy's got aluminum. So that's something we really need more of. Kronos to Chiron sounds right. Kronos to Chiron sounds right. Waiting. Actually, Mr. Pinchy, what you're gonna do... This is one thing I'd like to do before I end the episode and forget. You're gonna head on over to the correct system, Centauri. You're gonna try to find that lost artifact that I didn't pay attention to, because somewhere over here There's an artifact we need to pick up. In other systems, you'll find things, but the order may vary. I'm assuming it doesn't actually vary, and it's just the person that played it was like, this is how it worked for me. And maybe it's different. Negative latency? You're seeing the future? That's pretty awesome, Squatchameel. If you can see what I haven't said yet, what am I? Are we in sync? What did I say? What am I trying to do here? Is the real question. Because if future Ankylo knows, that would be great. Yeah, we have to build some stuff, so sync it up. Start down at Palladium. When you're done, you turn it off, which is fine. Nobody wants my silica. We've got too much silica. Actually, we probably just haven't transmitted it yet. Let's send this stuff. Are we out of derricks again? We've got enough derricks. That's all that matters. You're here from the future. Great meme. Someone set us up the bomb. I would love to set up some more bombs. Constant deja vu. Everyone's just repeating the same content anyway. Whether it's from the past or the present, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same, right? Alright, one more set of titanium and so on. And maybe at that point, well, we'll have to end the episode. What I might do between episodes when we're not recording is do a little bit of efficiency management, just to make sure we're building as many drones as efficiently as possible. Because right now, I'm just focusing on defenses and just getting the bases set up more than anything. There's definitely room for, like, making sure the right number... Oh, we're gonna have to wait for some O-frames. Are we? We might actually be out of O-frames. We've built a lot of factories today. We'll build some more O-frames. Alright, Cronus. Oh, good! That character that everyone loves from that game that is probably a little overhyped. While we're building some O-frames, let's build the ground base. We just need to not get attacked for another couple weeks. Mindlessly upgrading. Or downgrading. Downgrading our lives. This music is my soul right now, though. Hey, aluminum! You know what? Yuffie's not so bad. After this much Deuteros, if you're comparing Yuffie to Deuteros, she's alright. Burn! If Tim was here, he'd be applauding all the save scumming we've been doing. I think he fell asleep. He's usually... Well, I mean, I'm streaming at a weird time of the day now for a lot of the regulars. There we go. Alright, now the building's shaking. What are you guys doing out there? Punks. Alright, so let's send... We got one more base to build. Almost there. Oh, the Pinchy. Yeah, don't forget the Pinchy. Maybe I'll do that after we're done building the last base. Just so I don't have to split my attention too much more. Starbus, you've got a long way to go, man. A whole 1 moon over. Click. And click. And you're ready. You're ready. You just need the orbital frames. Wait, is Luke asking how Luke is doing? That's some serious Twitch trolling going on. Oh. Definitely can't have singing right now. Oh, I should set up the delivery system here. Zip. And once... Wait, what happened there? Oh, it just can't... It just sees Chloe as finished on that screen, that's all. Just confusing me a little bit. I'm sure you guys are not confused at all. Alright. Yep, we're good. Totally 100% A-OK good. We've built enough orbital frames to finish that. We will finish that one and then stop. Once we're done this system, I'll probably rejigger my my construction queues a bit. You know, next system we want to have more derricks and O-frames ready to go because we ran out, you know. But it's not like it's particularly hard to build another set of anything right now. It's just a bit monotonous, maybe. Actually, do we have enough derricks ready? I think we're out of derricks again. We got one more base of derricks needed. Alright, the last base is finished. Hey, don't worry about it, Aaron. You can lurk all you like. This is the kind of game that I would recommend you lurk. Active watching is... I don't know, man. This game... I know I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. It's I wouldn't be playing it if I hated it. I can't say it's good. I was hoping it'd be better. I'm just sort of stubborn in that way, where once I've started and I've committed like a couple streams, I can't let it go. So I know what needs to be done to beat the game now, I think. Pretty sure. So it's like must finish that part of my brain. My ASMR voice. No, but I'm glad that my voice is relaxing, because I like to listen to other Let's Players that have like nice voices. So if mine is also like that, that's totally awesome. I haven't really like worked on it. I don't know. Some people just naturally have relaxing, calm voices. I do, I suppose, make a point of not doing the like overreactive pitch inflating thing that some Let's Players do that I find absolutely disgusting. You guys know the type. The over-exaggerated everything. Ups and downs. If you're just trying to relax, it wakes you up and startles you. Man, does that stuff... That does not sit well with me. I mean, I don't know those people very well, but there are a lot of channels that do that overexcitement. I don't know, maybe it appeals to younger audiences or something. I don't really know. But for me... Oh, no. I mean, you don't always want to watch a Let's Player to fall asleep. You do need to be, like, entertained and engaged a little, but... At some point, if you're just relaxing and it, like, scares you or startles you because they start yelling and screaming or, you know, whatever noises. I'm like, man, that is not the kind of entertainment that I want in my life. Again, I'm not trying to rag on kids or young people or anything. I'm sure some people like it like that because those channels are super popular as well. Probably a lot of people imitating them because they're popular. Alright, back you go, back you go. We're almost done. I just need to find some derricks. We got 3. I don't think I built enough derricks again. I thought I had enough for the... oh, you know what happens? Yeah, I know what happens. I did build enough, but then I dropped them all on the ground. Is it this one? Not that one. Those ones that are sitting on the surface of Chimera, never to be used again, because I'd have to build a shuttle, send it down to pick them up, and I will never do it. Oh well, let's go build this ground base while we build our last couple derricks that we need. It's not like we're in a rush, right? Imagine if there was a time limit. If there's a time limit on this game, it goes from not great to, oh boy, that's bad. If this was the originator of the XCOM 2 turn limit, I'm gonna be real salty. Alright, I don't suppose we've got enough derricks yet. While we're waiting for derricks, let's do something slightly different. Mr. Pinchy! Hey look, I found it first try, easy. So for any of you that put money on Blue, the cheese is on Chiron. Congratulations, you've won yourself some Ankylo points. It wasn't supposed to be the first one. I was supposed to have to look around all the moons and stuff. Oh well. Now we can research. Let's just watch the research. It's just instantly 24%. Alright, 2 pieces done. Mr. Pinchy, you are a good pincher. I like that. That was really efficient. Okay. Do we have... At the very least, I can get the next shipments for the next system if I want to build stuff. It's possible there's not a lot of more bases to construct. I do know from experience that some of these star systems are fully booked. There are as many... Wait, I missed something. Palladium and gold. There will be some systems where we're not building any bases at all, because there's no room to build bases, unless we destroy stuff. So, like, if we look at the deposit analyzer, the next place is Bernard, but I'm very confident that there's 16... I'm pretty confident that there's actually 16 methanoid bases here, so unless we destroy some, there's no point building anything. There's just so many moons, right? On the other hand, if we went to, like, La Land, there's only going to be, like, 6 or so. So, there's probably not 6 bases here, I don't think. There's another place with even fewer. Sirius has, like, 2. So, like, we could conquer Sirius very quickly. Cygni is going to have, like, the full 16, probably, because this is another gigantic system. So, you know, we've got gigantic system, very small system, pretty small system. This one's pretty small as well, right? So, reasonably small, but some of these are just going to take a lot less time. And then Tau Ceti, the last one, is probably another 16. Although at this point, we probably just destroy all the bases when we get here, rather than conquering them and defending them. Just blow them all up and get out of there. Keep one to resupply and then blow everything up. And honestly, we might already be there. I don't know what is our, like, drone income. It's pretty good. Like, we got 700. Just while I was building up these bases, we made 700 drones. You know, that's not bad. How are the derricks, though? The last thing we need. One more derrick. Okay. Alright, one more trip for our shuttle, and we can say this system is completely done. I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. all that's left would be, like, managing the, what am I trying to say? Managing the MTXs, the transport network. Alright. Got my titanium. I didn't pick up any more O-frames, because I don't really have enough anyway right now, so we'd have to build them at the next base anyway. Or continue building them here, which, you know, we could just let them alternate or something to keep them busy forever. Okay, well that's... I mean, we should definitely end the episode. We're 2 hours in. What I am going to do for the future tubers is we're going to see the next attack. The last attack was on 105, and then we had an... Or, sorry. Yeah, we had an attack on 105 Earth time, and another attack on 089 Earth time. So there was 16 days between two attacks. But then we got a big long break, which was nice, because that let me finish all my work. Let's see when the next attack is and end with one more combat. Didn't have a whole lot to go, but I think that was 308 when it's triggered. That was 203 days. Interesting. Alright, so Atlantica... we're not actually defending. This is not good, actually. It takes 4 days to get there. If I missed one click, it's gonna get destroyed. Luckily, I'm not storing a bunch of stuff here. I hate this game sometimes. And you couldn't even launch it and equip the drones because you can't equip drones if you're in combat. This game. Should have put down more save states. So what does this really do? Well, you'll see. So you might be like, but Blue, you got your base back. It's fine. You barely lost anything. 5 derricks destroyed. Any minerals at this base deleted. This is why we don't hold on to things in our main bases very often. And it will get attacked again shortly. I just want to do this while we're on, because we're probably going to get attacked in like a second or two. Usually if you let them conquer it and then defeat their, like, they capture it and then you recapture it because it's lightly defended, they will come back pretty darn fast. That sucked. And that's why we save state, basically, because I just didn't have enough time to get there, and I wasn't keeping count well enough to predict it. Don't have a lot of spare those drones. Kind of reminds you of the first fuel type, the meh. Yeah, I hear you. Here's some sad music for you. We've got lots of drones, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30. Took a little while, but not that long. Alright, no saves coming. Let's see if I can do it. Engage. Separate. Fire. We lost 20, they lost 40. Engage again. We lost 1, they lost 50. Second torpedo was a good one. First one was pretty much trash. Alright, not the best balance, but we win, and that should stop the attacks at this base for a little while. Oh, thank you, Great Warrior Red 13. No fuel. I need some more meh for this. But yeah, you've got to really pay attention to what base is getting attacked next. Obviously. It would really suck if you had like 1,000 drones there and then they got destroyed. There will be a way to protect that in the future, but for now, this is kind of how life is. Anyway, they gave us like 200 days between attacks. I just didn't prep for it very well. Okay, I think that's probably about it for this episode. It's been a really long episode anyway, so it's definitely time for a break. Probably I'll do a little bit of tweaking to some stuff before the next episode. What I will do is fix up Atlantic. I just have to send the shuttle and send the derricks and deploy them because, you know, resources and stuff. And I'll probably take a little look at our construction queue back at Earth. As much as building drones all the time is very important, we also need some other resources, like if we're running out of stuff at Earth base. So we could use some more orbital frames and some derricks to load them up. And anything that we're at 0 on, basically. Also, I think this is a glitch. When you research the PTL, it unchecks the star drone if you were sending star drones. It's like its index bumped it out of the way, and it happens at every single one of your bases. So anywhere that was shipping star drones is now not shipping star drones, but shipping at PTLs. It's usually the next research goes at the bottom and doesn't interfere with your list here, but the PTL jumps in between and it seems to steal a spot. It's like an index array error or something. So that sucks, but I can fix that kind of stuff if I spend another half an hour. Anyway, I'm going to have to end this episode. We have now successfully occupied 3, and we've got torpedoes, and, you know, some of these systems are pretty small, some of them are pretty big. Maybe we should just take out the small ones next, rather than worrying about the big ones. The other thing we might want to do is, like I said, a little bit of resource balancing. If, you know, we need to let some time go by to see if we're actually making enough aluminum. It kind of looks like we're still barely making enough aluminum to cover our drone production. Although, I know a lot of things are stockpiled over in Chiron right now, because Chiron's kind of a middle of the road. Everything gets dumped here before it makes it back to Earth. What I should probably do instead is just have everything go to Earth. So rather than sort of using the hub at Chiron, it's not like we need to use the hub. We can just go straight to the source. And then that way, it'll just be a little bit more updated with stock, rather than waiting for Chiron to get around to it. And also then rebalancing it. Anyway, we'll figure that kind of stuff out. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Nice long episode. But we're getting pretty close to the end now. I know it looks like we've only done 3 out of 8, but the rest, like, it's going to accelerate. And besides, I might just save up 2,000 drones off camera and then just clear the rest of the map with 2,000 drones. And not save any bases, because at this point, we could probably just hold our spot and just suicide to victory and then blow up their bases. They won't rebuild them, so if we let them explode rather than turning this off, we will win. Anyway, that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed and have a great day.